It's Tyler Michelle Stroik from Universal Rackets, and in this video we are going to be doing our first thoughts and impressions on the Amped Pro Air Selkirk Invicta paddle. This is the brand new paddle from Selkirk. As you can see, they come in multiple colors. They come in blue, red, and purple as well. I think they're amazing. What do you think about them so far?
So I love this. Number one, obviously the color, the lime green is my favorite. They also have a bag and a hat that matches as well on Selkirk's website. But me personally, for this paddle, I first ever started playing as like an intermediate player with the Power Air, the original, and I found it had so much pop and power. It was almost one of the most unique paddles that's on the market. And the way that they redid this one makes me feel like it gives you that control that you also need to find inside of a power paddle. So it really gives you the best of both worlds with power and control, plus the hole here for aerodynamics. It helps you have faster hands at the net.
Yeah, I played with the Power Air Invicta as well, and I feel like this is the updated version. The Power Air Invicta is more of a firm. It doesn't have as much give. This, I feel like it has something in here that's more like a trampoline. The ball really absorbs and bounces off compared to the Power Air Invicta. Those are my first initial thoughts compared to it.
And then as a tennis player, didn't you say that the original was more like a tennis racket?
Yeah,
and the grit?
And I feel like even more this paddle is because of the way the paddle absorbs the ball and bounces off.
So we don't get strings in pickleball, but you're able to utilize this paddle in a way that you can translate your tennis game onto the pickleball court.
Yes, and as you can feel, like put your hands on it, like right here. I feel like if I press in, I don't want to, but I feel like it like can absorb. Can you feel that? So we're going to be going over our dinks, our drives, and our drops, and giving our initial thoughts.
Okay.
Let's go. For me, at least, this flies off the paddle every single time. The previous Power Air Invicta, it would basically, you'd have to give it something, right? This, it just comes right off the paddle, which I think for a more beginner, intermediate level player, I think it's much easier. I feel like, honestly, after putting my thoughts together, this is the beginner intermediate. This is more of a user-friendly version of the Power Air. What do you think?
No, I completely agree. Because I think you have to have a ton of skill to be able to control the original version. And this just gives you the control that the newer players need to keep the ball more accurately placed on court and in play.
However, this is not just the beginner intermediate paddle, because like Jack Sock was playing with it in the PPA. Well, back at the baseline, I absolutely love this paddle, especially with the drops. The spin, it has some type of grit on it, so I can really get that spin that I want. If it's either a top spin drop, which we'll do right here, or if it's a slice drop, which we'll do maybe if the ball goes, give me a good one to hit. Here we are. Okay, here we are. Or a slice drop. I can really grip the paddle for my top spin or my slice. For drives, this is my favorite part about this paddle. I am so effective with this paddle with my drives. The way, like we said before.
I was just driving with this paddle too. I feel like it lets me, the grip on this paddle is also so unique.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it actually lets me hold the paddle loose. And to hold the paddle loose is what gives you more spin and shape to your balls. This is like the first paddle I've ever held in my hand that I'm consciously holding it loose. That's so exciting for me.
I don't want to say the word squishy because I feel like that's bad. But I feel like the grip is like squishy. It's got like
comfort. Do you need an overgrip on this?
Yeah, because it's going to wear out. But when you put the overgrip, I have the overgrip on mine.
Yeah.
It's like a pillow kind of.
It is.
Even in your hand. Now,
something that's so important too, if you're looking up this video to decide if you want this paddle and you want to buy this paddle, you have to be honest with yourself about your game. So like Tyler said, with dinking, it gives you one thing. With fast hands, it gives you another. At the baseline, I've noticed a change in his drops just with that paddle.
Yeah.
You have to know, do you need work at the kitchen? Do you need work at the baseline? What is it that you need in your game that your paddle can support you in?
Yeah.
So if it's drives and shape and spin, 100% go with this paddle.
Like, it's crazy. And you know why though? Again, because it's like, it's the closest, in my opinion, towards tennis strings.
Yeah.
Like for sure. So again, for myself at least, up at the kitchen, it's okay. And just come off is because I don't have any momentum, because it's so soft, in my opinion.
And you think you have more of that with the Luxe Air?
Yeah, because it's more...
Or Luxe Control.
Yeah, because it's more firm up here. I mean, it's a totally different paddle, and I feel like there's more power with the Luxe Control Air because it's thicker. So it's thicker, so it's able to...
When I think of thickness, I think of softness. The Power Air...
To each their own.
The Power Air, the thin one, has the most power of them all. It's the thinnest one. As the thicker you get, the less power you have and the more control you have.
In my opinion, the thicker you get, the more it flies off the paddle if you're just holding it here.
And what's the definition
of flying? Power.
What's the definition of flying off a paddle? Is that power?
The ball comes and I don't have to move the paddle. The thinner I get, the more power I have when I put my swing into it. The thicker I get, the more power I have if I just hold it here and the ball flies off.
I guess it depends on different parts of the court.
Different things work for different people. Let's go. So what are you going to do? You're going to do your drops and your drives. Here we are. So if I just hold it here, like, yeah, good for drops. What do you think?
I feel like it gives you, it does have a give. Like it's pretty good for defense. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm more consistent back here with this. And like I said, with my drives,
they're so good. And just for my volleys, like everything, all I'm doing is putting a tiny bit of forward swing into it. And I'm just gonna hold my paddle. Do a drive to me. Yeah. All right, so overall with this paddle, I absolutely love it. If you are a person that loves to drive balls, loves to play from the baseline.
Or someone who wants to start driving more, like me. I'm almost always a drop. But recently I've been wanting to drive more. This is your entry to driving this paddle. Yeah. Am I wrong?
I agree. This is the paddle for you. Or if you're playing singles, if I'm playing singles, there's not one paddle that I'm going to be playing with that's not this.
This also can give you faster hands to the net because of the hole
100%. Again, if you're interested in the Power Air, which I just feel like personally I didn't have enough skill and refinement to use it, this would be the paddle to go to. I'm playing a tournament this weekend, and I think that I'm going to be playing with this paddle, just because.
What are you between that and what other paddle?
The 006.
Oh, not the control? The all black control?
And the all black control as well, but I just feel like the amount of pop this thing has, like I'm either going to get a good ball and rip it and put it away, or I'm not going to hit a good shot. So I'd rather have all that power on my shot than sacrifice a little bit of power. It's like if I do a good shot, it's a good shot. It's bad, it's bad. So this will help me get through it.
What's the paddle and the 6?
Oh, I mean, it's a totally different paddle. Wow. The carbon fiber friction surface is different. I feel like the pop is way higher on this. This is more of a power paddle. That's a control paddle. Clearly, it's an amped Pro Air. And yeah, so I would really recommend it, especially colors. Like, I think the colors are just so cool. I want to get the purple one personally. If you guys want to get this paddle, make sure to click the link in the description, fill out the form, ADV-Universal at checkout, buy the paddle, gift card with your purchase. Have a good one, happy hitting, and we'll see you guys next time on court.